just want to say congratulations.
What's happened, buddy?
Big day. Gosh, we're excited for you.
Look at you. That's a great.
We're ready. I woke up 4 hours early for this.
You said I'm going to get here right. It is really
It's good
something.
to see you happy for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Look at helicopters. Cue him on what he's going to do.
I get to speak.
Well, you're the
I started and then brought McKay in, and then we went back and forth, politically, back and forth. So,
Hi, good to see you.
Jill showed up.
Megan.
So great. That's so great. No, exactly. No, exactly. No, exactly. No, it's amazing. It's amazing what you've done. It's amazing what you've done. I see it.
Taylor, get in here.
I'm going to poke over your shoulder, Paul. How about that?
Turn around. I got to get a picture. One more. Look at Lindsay, the guy with the bags. Thanks, Bobby.
Okay, but that's what we're seeing. So Steve, Dan, go. Sound good?
So the LG's not coming?
We're not sure.
Not sure.
We're 5 out.
But just been going. I don't think she's coming. I don't think she's coming.
We were trying to use your information for us to show our bus said she was coming, but it's okay. No pressure. I don't want to.
Let's just go ahead.
Okay, so Steve, Dan, go.
I'm just going to MC Governor and a little bit, a few little things. Where do you want us? Let's just three of us stand right here. Should we get going?
Yep, you're going. We're on. Okay, yeah. Should we good?
Well, good morning, everyone. It's time to have our ceremony. What a great day this is, and how lucky are we to be living in Utah. Look at this beautiful day. My name is Stephen Handy, and I had a little bit to do with this, and I have the great pleasure to stand here with Governor Cox. Thank you very much, and Senator McKay. And we're just going to each make a few little brief remarks, and then we're going to have a marvelous flag raising. I want to tell you, just to remind you just for a few minutes about the kind of the journey that we've been on. So it goes back 6 years. I was in the state legislature in the House of Representatives, and I had 3 constituents come to me, Chance and Joseph and Aaron. And they said, "Steve, have you ever thought about Utah's flag?" And I said, "You know, I'm 5th generation Utahn. I really haven't ever thought much about it. It's just kind of there." And so they began to educate me and take me on a journey to see what we could do to make a little bit of an improvement. And it has been a journey, as all of us know. Well, as I decided to file legislation and file a bill that we could create a state task force to look at a possible additional new flag, an updated flag, Senator McKay, my good friend, texted me, called me, said, "Steve, I want to get involved in this." And I said, "Why not?" And so it has been quite a journey. And I will pay tribute to him for getting it over the finish line with some things after I got sidelined. So just a couple other little things. Thank you, Governor Cox, for your unwavering support. You and the Lieutenant Governor Deidre Henderson were the chairs of our state flag task force. Myself, Representative Elizabeth Waite, is right here, and Representative Robert Spendlove. And then on the Senate side, we had Jake Andrig and Luz Escamilla, and of course Senator McKay. And we went through a process. And I'm so grateful, all of us are, to the former Director of Cultural and Heritage Arts. Jill Love is here. Thank you, Jill, and your team, and David. And thanks also to Lindsay Ferrari, who had the vision to help us with not just a flag, but really this initiative more than a flag. And it took many, many months, and it was wonderful to see the public input from the people of the state of Utah, and the 7,000 submissions for flag designs, and getting that narrowed down, and finding out what are we as Utahns, and what do we want to be, and what represents us as Utahns, what could better represent us. I want to also pay tribute to Speaker Mike Schultz, who isn't here today, who helped Senator McKay with the final legislation in 2023. Just one more thing to say is I was interviewed earlier in the week by the Christian Science Monitor. I said, "Wow, the Christian Science Monitor out of Boston," and he asked me. He said, "What has this meant to you to see this flag? What has it meant to you?" And I gave him the example of being in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena on January 2nd, 2023. And so here our Utes are running out on the field to play Penn State, and my son gives me one of these in the side. He says, "Dad, look, there's the flag." And so the team was leading the team out, the cheerleaders or whoever they were, with our new Beehive flag, and you could see it and the pride that swelled up with the thousands of Utahns that were there that day. That was an amazing experience. I had another experience this last December. We were down at the National Finals Rodeo, and here the Cowboys and the Cowgirls come out leading each of their state, contestants, and here is our flag for 10 nights in a row. This flag with 18 to 20,000 every night. It was distinctive. It stood out. It was right there. You knew what it was against the Colorado flag, the Texas flag, the California flag, the Arizona flag. So here we are today to have this flag raising. It has been a journey, and again, appreciation to Senator McKay. I think that he must get up every morning and have cornflakes that have, be able to have some kind of medicine in there or something that makes him immune to arrows and bullets. And, I don't eat that kind of cornflakes. That's not the kind of cornflakes I eat. But to thank all of you for being here, the magnificent participation, Taylor Morgan and his team to organize this, help us. But I want to thank Ron Fox standing here, Michael DeGroot standing here, John Hartvickson, who helped us, one of our vexologists who came around. But one more just tribute to those 3 constituents, Chance and Joseph and Aaron, who came to me and said, "We can do better, and we are doing better. This will bring great pride for our state, and I'm so excited to see what happens from the years to come." Senator McKay, to you, and then to Governor Cox, please.
Well, it's State Flag Day. And I don't know that I've ever looked forward to a State Flag Day ever before. And I'm not sure in 2011 when it was created that this is what the creators and those who stood in 2011 and stood on these very steps and celebrated the first State Flag Day. You know, I could say a lot about the process. I could say a lot about the people. I could say a lot about Utah, but I won't. Today, I'll just talk about the flag. The beehive on the new state flag is 276% bigger. Yes, I know exactly how much bigger it is. It symbolizes industry, community, and the year 1847, the year in which the pioneers first settled Utah. The Utah Star symbolizes the year 1896, the year in which Utah, after many, many years of trying, became a state. The top segment represents Utah's skies and symbolizes faith. The middle segment represents Utah's snowy mountains and peace, the peaks of which symbolize Utah's indigenous people. The bottom segment represents the red rocks of southern Utah and symbolizes the perseverance and the state's unique landscape. I left one important piece out of the symbolism, and that's the hexagon. It is the strongest naturally occurring shape in nature. The bees have been using it inside the beehive since they were bees. And I'll say this, as we were putting together the flag, we looked at circles, we looked at squares, we looked at all kinds of things to try and capture and really frame the beehive just right. And one of the early designers, Ben Barnes, put a hexagon around the outside of the beehive, and right when I first saw it, I fell in love with it. And one of the things I fell in love with it is the story that it tells about the strength that goes on inside the beehive. And it's the story that I hope people walk away from knowing about the state of Utah. Is not just our physical strength. It is our perseverance as a people. As I look to those mountains and realize the pioneers came through them, I'm reminded of their strength. When I look out over this valley, it is impossible not to be reminded of the strength of our people. And I hope that going forward, we will have the strength to meet the challenges that meet us on a regular basis. And it is my hope that that strength is enough that will bring us together. Not just one that makes us individually strong, but makes us strong as a people and stronger together. For truly, that is what makes a hive industrious, is the fact that they're all working together. And so, on this Flag Day, I am grateful for the many of you who are here today to celebrate, have come together to celebrate our strength. And a man whom I know appreciates that strength from pioneer stock and heritage is the governor of the great state of Utah, Spencer J. Cox. Governor.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to be here with you today on this Utah Flag Day. I want to thank these gentlemen behind me, former Representative Steve Handy and Senator Dan McKay, for their tireless and relentless efforts as they have worked to move forward on this very ambitious project. For the first time in our state's history, we actually have a flag with input from the people of Utah. That's something that never happened before, something I learned as we were going through this process. I'm excited that this day has finally come. Like so many states, Utah has a wonderful historical flag that showcases our state seal. But as I've said often, seals were never meant to be flags. Many, including Senator McKay and others, saw an opportunity for this update and a chance to design a flag that was more distinct from other states and that more fully reflected the beauty of our land and our people. And so, as Representative Handy mentioned, the Utah State Flag Task Force was established during the 2020 legislative session. There wasn't much else going on during that legislative session in 2020, but I'm grateful that something good came out of that. 2 years later, the Utah Department of Culture and Community Engagement launched a public engagement effort, More Than a Flag, with the help of 6 community-based subcommittees with expertise to guide the redesign. We asked for public input, and public input came. In all, we received 5,702 submissions, as well as more than 1,000 text descriptions of designs, plus some earlier designs submitted through a Salt Lake Tribune contest for over 7,000 flag designs. I think it blew all of our minds to see those actual numbers. Volunteers represented a range of ages, expertise, and geographic diversity in guiding the statewide initiative. These flag scholars, or a word I learned, the vexillologists, and public historians offered guidance for the outreach process while providing insight and context about Utah's original state flag. Designers and artists shaped the submission process and selected 70 inspirational designs. Some members guided professional designers in refining the 20 semifinalists. And after a lot of discussion, here we are. The result is this incredible flag, the Beehive flag, a symbol of this beautiful state with its red rock, blue skies, snow-capped mountains, and of course the beehive, a symbol of our industry and cooperative spirit. Now, I love the historical flag of this state, and I'm grateful to the people of Utah who also love the historical flag of this state. And I'm grateful that that historical flag is not going anywhere. That historical flag will continue to be part of our history and heritage, and will continue to fly here above the capital of this great state. And I'm grateful for those who became passionate about the historical flag, many of whom did not know what the historical flag was before this happened. It gave us all a better appreciation for that symbol. And that seal is also not going anywhere. That will forever be the seal of the state of Utah, and we should be proud of it. I, too, am excited and looking forward. I didn't make it to NFR this past year, but I will be there this December, and I can't wait. I was there 2 years ago and couldn't find our flag. As I saw them circling, I'm like, that's ours. No, that's not. That's ours. That's ours. No, no, no. Now I will know. Not just Texas gets a cool flag. Utah now gets one as well. I want to thank all of those who have stepped up, again, to support this effort, especially our friends at CCE, Jill Love, who led the charge at the time, and all of the employees. You have no idea how much time and effort they put into this. It was incredible. Now, I want to leave you with a story. I've shared it with some of you before, but I think it's worth sharing again. This is, I loved looking at the submissions, all 7,000 of them, especially from our young people. But this one was not from a young person. This was a submission of somebody that from Sanpete County that I'm very proud of. So in April of 2022, as we were going through this process, I received this letter. Dear Governor Cox, my father, Benton Lawrence Peterson, passed away on February 19th. While going through his personal items, I found this state flag that he drew. So I figured it couldn't hurt to send it to you. He wasn't a great artist, but he was a great guy. The beehive in the middle, of course, represents industry and working together in the state. The white represents the greatest snow on earth, and the green border represents the farmers and agriculture. I loved him very much, and I will forever miss him. Signed, Grant L. Peterson, his son. To Benton, who's I hope he got leave to come watch this today. We got 2 out of the 3 of his symbols on this flag. I think he would be very proud of what we did. And I think it's pretty amazing that one of the very last things he did on this earth, sitting in his chair, was to draw a flag with a beehive that I think is about 320% larger than the old one, but pretty close if I'm looking at the dimensions of his hand-drawn flag. The one symbol that I want to mention that was not mentioned by Senator McKay, there are the red, white, and blue of of this new flag are the same red, white, and blue of this flag to my right. I believe the greatest flag in the history of the world, that represents the greatest country in the history of the world, because it represents an idea that we are all created equal, and that we are endowed from on high with inalienable rights, among which are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Those symbols exist in this flag as well. And just as I believe we live in the greatest country because it's a country based on an idea, Utah is also great. And it is an idea, a powerful idea, that we together are stronger than any one of us individually. That's why the beehive was chosen. That's why the hexagon was chosen. I want to underscore what Senator McKay said. We are stronger when we are unified. We don't become unified by all agreeing on everything or believing the same thing. That's not unification. That's something else. Right? Unification means we disagree and we fight passionately, but we do it with respect. And then we come together to support each other to make this state a stronger place. And that's what this flag represents, and it will represent the state of Utah from now, I hope forever, as we leave this great ideal to future generations. I'm proud of what we were able to accomplish over the past few years, and I'm proud of the people that helped make it happen. I love this state. I love her people, and I want to congratulate her people on their new flag.
We're going to raise the flag.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So, thank you, Governor. We're going to take now, the Governor is going to take the sword, and this is going to cut the seal on the new larger state flag that we're then going to put on the flagpole. Those who've been asked, please come forward and help unfurl the flag, and we'll put it on the new flagpole. Should just pull for the bottom there.
There you go.
See if I get this right.
Yeah, get it right. Get it right.
There you go.
Is that out?
That's good.
Perfect.
Seal's off. We're done.
The seal is off.
I didn't
Seal
hurt
is on.
anybody in the process.
No,
No, sir.
There's no reason to call 911.
We obviously can help.
Yeah, yeah. That's the three. Let's walk up here and do it here.
Where's Jill?
She's back this way. Jill.
Come help us out.
sold him a winch grip.
Touch the ground.
I'm true. Or a winch, like a winch kit.
That's pretty cool. I was doing a ceremony just like this. Third day.
Yeah. Start blowing.
If the legislature was in session, there's enough hot air to blow this flag really easily.
Too bad. Sign and die, right?
I think they only have one on that one.
Before you head out.
Well, as we close this meeting, I just want to thank Colonial Flag really quickly. I want to thank the Sea Cadets who are here and Devon Simper for helping arrange this, and thank you for the Navy for being here as well.